Right, so here we are on the redo, basically. So I have 3 bonds. Funny enough, right, I think there's additional time currently, or something like that, where it's now a bit better. So it works out at like $1.70 a day using 3 bonds versus $1.76 if I were to just do membership for 2 months. But 51 days is sort of perfect because that's about how long is left with leagues, right? Yeah, so promotional rate. So yeah, so 51 days of membership and a redo of leagues, basically. So we're right to go. I just have to find an applicable world, most likely Australian. So yeah, the overall plan is still go for a Dragon Cup, but do it a bit more strategically now. So let's get started. There we go, 1 outfit change later. We can now go through the tutorial, right? Which is a little bit tedious, but you get some points for it, so that's decent, I guess. Blah, 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 finish, and then areas. Yes, 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 learn how to unlock. I suppose it has been, what, a good 2 years for most people? But I feel like after the first week or so, they could probably, give you an option to quit it, right? And not follow it. I don't know. Do many people restart? Do many people join late? Seems like there's a fair few people wandering about here in Lumbridge. But we have, I think, 50 days currently to get things sorted. Now, I am still going to take Trickster. So why don't we go over the game plan overall, right? Now that I've given it a bit more thought. So tier 1, we want Trickster, right? Passive agility, passive thieving, better hunter just seems the go-to for me and my style of play. I would take production prodigy if we weren't going to the desert, because Herblore is the biggest hurdle in terms of that, right? Fletching's not a big deal, smithing's not a big deal. Herblore, a lot of clicking, but we can go to Nada. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, and have them craft all the potions, so that's fine. Tier 2 is definitely going to be Fairy's Flight, significantly better than Globetrotter because of the tall leprechauns, right? That pretty much allows you to teleport to every major city, and then all the normal fairy rings and spirit trees. Then we have Banker's Note, right? I think this is by far the better choice for PVMing. Skill-wise, I can understand Fire Sale. It just takes you a little bit longer to gather things. The big one is probably Construction in terms of Fire Sale, and I guess buying jewelry from the cave people in Karamja, right? I can't say it, Tarzaket or whatever they are. Combat-wise, I'm going melee because, again, I keep doing the spiel. I did archery last league and I did mage the league before, so I want to, cycle through it and have some fun. Plus, this has the immunity to poison and different side effects, which seems fantastic. Treasure Seeker, there's by far a lot more tasks revolving around the treasure trails and the collection log than either of these two, so that seems like the go-to no-brainer for me. Farmer's Fortune, just power level farming, get a bunch of mats for Herblore, it's good. Weapon Master, I think, is probably by far the best, especially if we're taking Banker's Note. We don't have to worry about healing or prayer pots, right? So the passive healing from Soul Stealers, not that big of a deal. Plus you have a bunch of different specs that actually recoup HP, right? So they sort of overshadow Soul Stealer with the boost to regen to your energy. And then the final tier, right? I was really excited about Executioner, but the more I think about it, the more I don't want it, right? It's just way too click intensive. Again, I want the Dragon Cup, but I'm going to do it the lazy way. So I think the best one for me is Undying Retribution, where I can just, nuke bosses and not worry about it. Every 3 minutes, I get a freebie, right? It's good for raids and whatnot. Yeah, okay, so Trickster, Fairy's Flight, Banker's Note, Brawler's Resolve, Treasure Seeker, Farmer's Fortune, Weapon Master, and then Undying Retribution. Almost completely through the middle, sort of. That's probably the only one that doesn't really, connect. If we're taking Globetrotter, it would be sort of perfect. No, then we go up here. Anyway, I digress. Let's hop into it, and we are going to do things a bit better. So, for instance, the beginning collection log, I kind of want to get done before I worry about going to any other place, right? Unlocking any area, because if we just stick all of the tasks in this first zone, right, it's a lot easier. Even if we only say open Asgarnia, it'd still be a lot easier. I don't, again, want to go too extreme. There's definitely a rationale to holding stuff back. Like Fremnik doesn't offer us a lot until we start, bossing, doing the endgame grind, so we might as well leave that for now. And yeah, there's just better ways for us to handle it. Even some tasks like make stamina pots, where I need to go to... Do I need to grab the stuff from the Sage? I do. Did I even grab the first relic, or did I just exit? I didn't. We want Trickster. We're not close enough, are we? Right, so stamina pots. I need 10 Marks of Grace to grab a pack. I'm not going to go for the Graceful set because, well, I can't be bothered. Again, we're going to do things a lazy way, except for, I guess, PVMing. But that's exciting because I've never done it before. Again, this is my first return to Old School in ages. So I just want to go to Draenor. Draenor is the first course, right? Yeah. So we just want to go to Draenor because we want to make sure we get 10 marks of grace before we over-level anything. Oh, there we go. First mark of grace and, well, 3 tasks, I think it is. Rooftop, Draenor, and first level up, right? But the levels are going to go so quick, so I don't want to chuck the boots on yet. I would definitely want to make sure I get the 10 marks grace, right? In our first attempt at leagues, this was going to be such a huge hiccup for me because I just over-leveled all the courses I had accessible. Actually, I think I could do Relica, but yeah. No, I'd rather just get 10 from the get-go because it is also just then a easy 80-point task because once we get Farmer's Fortune, Herblore becomes a joke, right? We'll just have tons of mats, we can grow them whenever. I think the only issue is because I'm not going to go Karen this time, I'm going to go Desert instead. We don't have access to seeds as well. I mean, I can obviously pickpocket a farmer, master farmer, but other than that, right, we're just relying on luck. Whereas, you know, the seed packets generally, you know, give you good stuff, especially if you do the high tier. But I do think overall, looking at the tasks that are available, the desert is actually by far one of the best zones. It has the most tasks spread across, you know, the most different tiers as well, which makes it fantastic. It's probably one of the best regions to take first off, because again, there is a lot for you to do at all stages, right? When you're starting off, there's lots of tasks to then help you along to the next ones, and so forth and so on. So yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind, right? Planning is definitely a lot better if we want to go to the Dragon Cup, because even on the old one, I feel like I locked myself out of a lot of stuff because of the desert, because a lot of the high point tasks with the new quests, the Under the Sands or whatever it is, with the 4 new bosses that are at each corner of the world basically, require the desert. So without the desert, you lose out on all the points they have access to. So I think there's one for Fremnik and there's one for Asgarnia. So there's like 400 points you can get there. And it all adds up, right? It just seems like the desert has by far the best connectivity to all the other regions. Second mark of grace, so 2 out of 10. We'd have to do 10 laps of the course, right? So we've got 4 more to do before we head to Varrock, but we're already at level 20, right? So I think it's once you get above 20 levels on top of the course, then the marks of grace really drop off. So I'm really hoping we can get all 10 by the time that happens with the Varrock course. There we go, 10 laps, but we're not at level 30 yet, so we're going to continue again. I don't want to chuck on the boots because I don't want to level agility too much, right? We want the 10 marks of grace. Right, so this should be 30 agility and we can make our way over to Varrock. But I'm going to just get a few minor tasks done at the same time. Right, so I'm pretty sure max pickpocketing, yep, 28, done. We also got one for pickpocketing and also leveling up thieving, but I think I need to get to 15 woodcutting now, right, for the burn actions, right, because we want to chop and burn some oak. Right, so that's 15 woodcutting perfectly, given the amount of space we have. We light them 9 by 9, well 3 by 3, 9 at a time. So this should get our fire making up decently as well. Right, we can do 2 more. Now we can chop some oak and burn some oak. Yeah, fire making goes quicker. And there's our first total level 100. The tasks are flying in, right? It's super easy to start. Right, so I thought I might as well get 9 since, you know, our perk lets us light 9 at a time. But in truth, oh, there's a flower there. It doesn't really matter. We want to basically just rush the first relic since that's the next XP boost before we do any, you know, seemingly grinds, right? They're not real grinds because I do want to just try and rush all the relics or as high as possible to get the best XP multiplier before we do actually go after, you know, any of the big grinds for skilling. Defeat a goblin and bury the bones. Should be 2 more tasks. Done. Also, I wonder if this wheat field counts, because I know, well, I think you're meant to go to the one in Lumbridge. We'll try anyway. So we want to try wherever it is. There we are. Does it count? Yes, perfect. Okay, so that's that one done. We want to catch some shrimp, and then I think we want to teleport home. Yep, so catch a shrimp, and then teleport back to Lumbridge, or use home teleport should be another task. How are we doing? We are halfway to the next relic. Okay, so let's teleport home. Now we need to cook and then burn some food. So we should be able to cook the shrimp straight away. Hoping I don't need to go catch more. Right, please. All right, we have to do, what is it? Cook's assistant. Do I just want to burn something? I kind of want to leave the questing for later. Right, again, until we get that first multiplier. I think there's a range somewhere else nearby, isn't there? Yeah, I can see one down in the house here. Obviously, you don't get the bonus, but nonetheless, it'll do the job, right? Because you can burn food on a range. So hopefully this is fine. Done. Well, oh, damn. We got the burnt, so I'm gonna have to go fish some more. Oh, but while we're here, we do have dance as well. Wherever it is, not jig. This one back. Back to the graveyard, please. Done. And now I have to enter Zenaris as well. Cook some shrimp. Done. And we also have enter death domain. Oh, can't talk. Right. Done. Mine some copper. 10 tin. Enter Zenaris. Smelt some bronze. Smith a bronze full helm. Yes, that's what I did. Arrow shafts. And spin some wool. Now we just have to chop a tree with a steel axe. Now we just need to find a potato seed. Perfect. There's some. A little bit extra moolah. Not that we really need it, right? Eventually it'll come quickly. We should be able to come over here, rake, plant, and pay the farmer, since I bought some buckets of compost from them. Rake was a task, and then plant should be, come on, one more tick. Did I interrupt it? No? Just awfully slow. Come on, rake that patch. Also, this is not the allotment. Why am I thinking this is the normal allotment? Okay, not here. Off to Varrock. Right, and back to agility. Right, that's 10 laps down, but only 6 marks of grace. So I'm really hoping we can get the other 4 pretty quickly, and I go back to Draenor to get the 50 laps done, right? Because, God, Draenor's just a lot quicker. Even for the 250, I would just, you know, power through Draenor, because it's by far the quickest for laps. Right, so that's level 40. Yep, and we have enough points for a relic. We're also at 8 marks of grace. So we got 10 more laps for that task, and hopefully we get the last 2. So relic-wise, we are going to take Fairy's Flight, because it is significantly better than Globetrotter, right? Because all the teleports are accessible in your house, and the fact that... Oh, we need to go to a bank. The fact that this is Tall Leprechauns as well as Spirit Trees and Fairy Rings is insane, right? I think they went a bit over, right? Because now they're not really comparable. I think this is just by far the better choice overall, right? And I did take Globetrotter in the first one, but mainly because I just completely misread it, right? And I didn't see the leprechaun thing. But it also gets you the ability to use Spirit Trees, even if you don't take Kandarin, which is also fantastic, right? I believe that's how it works. Or does it just count if you use the teleport? Anyway, it goes in our shield slots, and I got 10 more laps to do. Perfect. That's the 10th mark of grace, and we're on lap 23. So I probably will do one more after this lap, just so we're on a nice symmetrical and even. Well, it's not really even, but you get what I'm trying to say. At 25 for, I guess, the purpose of keeping track. So I will probably go for the 250, right? Over the course of whatever I might do, like if every time I teleport near Draenor, do a few laps or something like that. But after that, we'll go back to Draenor, I guess, for the last 5 laps. Is that worth it? No, you know, I'll just do all 30 laps here, right? We're going to go do 6 more. Actually, though, since we don't need to worry about any more marks of grace, right? I don't think the graceful set is worth it, right? If we get passively, sure, but I'm not going to get out of my way to try and, you know, farm marks of grace. We can equip the Sage's Greaves, right? So we get some passive agility at the same time we're doing the course. Oh, I guess I'm 1 early. I guess Draenor was 21, not 20. So there you go, 50 laps, that's another 40 points. And we just got to grind out another 650. So we'll just do some little tasks, whatever I can find listed on the wiki. Super useful having the page open and just, you know, refreshing it with the lookup. Yeah, so I'm going to burn through some tasks and we'll try and get to the other relic as well today. Deal some tea. Got the stray dog. Pickpocket some gold so we can do equip and elemental stuff. Yeah, and then we need to go see Vanica, right? In the Edgeville sewers, whatever it's called, for our slay task. Right, so we need to get a slay task. blah, blah, blah. Can I just do assignment? No. I think that's what I clicked, right? We're still going to be talking. Yeah. Okay. Tell me what Slayer is, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. It was cows. That's fine. But then we should be also able to grab enchanted gem. Check it. Done. And then what else do we want? Spiny helm for later. Do we have enough gold? We don't have enough gold. All right, we'll come back later. But yeah, cows should be simple enough because complete is also a task. Have Ned make some rope. Done. We'll drop stuff off and we'll head to the ham hideout. So pickpocket them till 38, right? So then we can do the master farmer stuff. Pickpocket was a task. I didn't realize actually. So we're looking for, I think they can drop steel pickaxes because mine with a steel pickaxe is also a task. Finally, steel pickaxe. We went kind of above 38 though. We're at 43. Not too bad, but onto the master farmers. Let's see if we have any luck finding the Ranar seed nice and quickly. Right, no Ranar in the first inventory. And not in the second lot either. Oh, right as I'm eating something, sorry. We got it. Cool, so I'm done with the master farmers. You can either hear me chew or like muffled. Well, you know, I could pause and then finish what I'm doing, but I didn't want the prompt. Okay, so we're probably going to go back to Varrock and do the pickpocketing. I can't speak. Sorry, I got stuck in my teeth. Pickpocketing on the guards to 60 thieving. So pickpocket a guard should be 1. And then also we need to open, I think it's like 800 coins. Either way, I'll get a full stack because we want to get to 60 because that's another task. Right, so that should be the open. Yep, perfect. And then we just need to get to 60. Right, this should be level 60 for another 40 points, I think it is. 80, perfect. So we only need 300 more for the next relic. So quest time. Romeo and Juliet down. And this should be Daddy's home done. Perfect. Or is redecorate move, I think is task, but I don't know about redecorate. Anyway, I shall go to the museum next, right? And this should be the natural history quiz, is that what it's called? Done. Natural history quiz, yeah, go right. Visit the house, and then we just need to also build a room. So default should be building mode for now at least, right, until it's all established, and then building mode. So it doesn't matter what we build. Just go with a garden. Done. Right, this should be cook's assistant. Done, done, done. And then we just got to go upstairs, spin the wool for sheep shearer. And that's sheep shearer. And this should be Missile Mysteries, which is by far the worst quest to repeat, right? The first time you do it, fun, interesting puzzles. But then it's just a drag watching the cutscenes over and over again. Did I grab a chisel? I did perfect, right? Because cut sapphire is another task. So last time I got lucky with the task he gave us and it was incredibly doable. So let's hope that he gives us something again. Right, so I think it's an easy 40 points. Yada, yada, yada. Can I have some free stuff? Could you check? Is there anything I can do? There we go. Do little jobs. Was it molten glass? I should really pay attention. We can check our task, can't we? Could you check? Blah, blah, blah. What'd you ask me to do? Perfect. I did it again. Try again. 12 molten glass. Right, so that's perfect. We can... What level is crafting molten glass, actually? Is it other? Can you just do it from the get-go? I think you can, yeah, you can just do it from the get-go. Cool, so that's a nice easy one just to do by the traders. So, along with glass, we're going to make some iron. Now we just need to be a little bit lucky. Also, 1 off 30 mining for the coal task as well. I need to go do that. And that makes 15 coal. And here's the wise man's 12 glass. We got some runes for it, but 40 points more importantly. I think we are 30 away. So if we just go ahead and follow the fishing task, we should be able to get it easy peasy. Here's the first one. Oh, and there we go. Salmon is the last one needed to get us our very useful banker's note, which will make all the gathering... Oh, alright, because there's a relic in that. That's why we got the double prompt. Yes, it'll make all the gathering a lot easier because I can just note everything and I don't have to leave. Always run counter to Hans. There we go. So not too bad for first day's work. 3 hours, 42 minutes to get the first 3 relics. We do have 1 area unlock available, but I'm not going to grab it until, you know, we've done some of the clue scrolls and collection log, just because it's easier to have the tasks split between Varrock and Misthalin until we get the big relic for it, Treasure Seeker, which is 2 tiers away. So that will take a little bit, but tier 4 shouldn't be too hard to unlock. Right, we can do a bunch of 40-point tasks now. But anyway, we'll leave it there for today. Rebuild. Still going for a Dragon Cup. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.